let me see. You have a whole lot of stuff going on here. Can you just remove? I don't have any idea to believe that you have a calculator as a feature in this particular project. So that calculator step definition, if you could remove it, that would be fine. I don't know if that's part of the deal, but if it's not part of it, take it out. It's a distraction. Calculator. I don't have any idea if there's any calculator as a feature in this particular long range stuff. Finish function. Now, just a little bit of house cleaning. If you are writing your step definition, right? If you make your package step definition, it doesn't matter that your class, for example, your C class, that your class test that you have written, for example, the LROW logo functionality. What does LROW mean?
Long reach way.
Oh, sorry, I was talking. I didn't know I was on mute. The LRW means the long reach way.
Now,
It's
house cleaner. Now, when as a tester, if we are writing our test cases, so we are writing creating our test scenarios, or we are creating a project or whatever, we try to give simple information as possible. So when you say LW, it doesn't matter. You can say logo function as far as it's under long reach way logo functionality or under the project. You try to simplify things as much as you can. Do you understand? You must learn how to kind of simplify things. It doesn't matter that it has to carry ROW long reach way attached to it. As far as it's under that particular project, it's fine. Do you understand? Now, I'm just trying to look at your line of codes,
I just started it. I've not really done all the code.
Okay. No, that's not the problem. Try to do something now. Just trying to look into the codes, then know what is going on so that we will know what to do, because these kind of is standing our way to locate element, because I can see that none of you have been able to write your step definition and create your page objects and try to do your locators. I'm coming, just a second, please. Is Simone on the call?
She actually took permission. She said she would join us in less than 5 minutes.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so coming back to these now. This let me see the feature file for this. This is the feature file, right? And you've already, okay, what you said, let me take it. What is it that you don't understand on the feature file? Giving a user on the long reach way website, right? Can you open the website on your browser?
I think what is the software is trying to say is when, because
Yeah,
the when.
I know. Okay, now let's assume that when you go back to your let's say you go back to your test steps right now, right? Like let me see your Visual Studio. Let's go step by step so that you understand. you want to validate the logo functionality, like giving a user on the long reach way website. Now, you see, you've opened the browser, like now you're on the website. When I am on the home page, I think we need to construct this very well, because when you're on the website, automatically you're on the home page. When I am on the home page, I think we need to reconstruct this very well so that it makes sense. I kind of understand what you're trying to say. Even
If I'm not wrong, I think what he's doing, he's just so you've just said giving your user, but you've not actually said I think he's meant to first go navigate to. When I navigate to,
who is speaking?
Yeah, it
Nathan.
should say given I navigate to Long Which Way website when blah 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 blah.
And there's no blah 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 blah. Now listen, Nathan.
Apologies.
Nathan, giving a user on the you are already on the page because you're on the user. Okay, now when you open that page, now you are there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when I'm on the home page, you are already on the home page.
Yeah, but he wants to do something else. What's the next thing he wants to do when he's on the home page?
To my own understanding, is that it's already at the home page when
good.
it is on the website.
You guys are making contribution. I like this.
It's already at the home page when it is log into user on the Long Reach Way web page. It's already at the home page. What he needs to do is just to comment that one out.
No, you cannot comment when out, because when is powerful, because it depicts the actions you want to do.
I think
when I let's make sense. I like this. Let all of us make sense. I love the contribution, because we want to make sure the logo is visible, right?
Yes.
Given I'm a user, when I navigate, say, giving I navigate to the
Long Reach Way web page,
and when
it clicks on
when I click on the logo, then the home page should reload or be redirected to the home page.
Then user should be redirected to home page.
To the home page from any page on.
You see, everybody is making sense, which I like. So let's see. QA, that's why we are Scrum. We come together, we make sense out of it. When I click, if you could, Temitope, if you could do that, because you want to perform action now, if you can just, because you're already on the home page when you navigate to the home page, right?
Because except you want to say
when the logo is visible and I click on the logo, that's another thing you can do too, because you want to validate that the logo is present. So as a QA, from my own little experiences, when the logo is visible, if the logo is not visible, you cannot click on it. If you go back to that website.
I want to ask one question.
Okay.
Now, I want to ask Temitope, in acceptance criteria, is it how they write the acceptance criteria? Is it the way they wrote it?
Yeah, but sometimes it's not always that you follow the acceptance criteria.
No, listen.
The reason why I want to ask that question
Guys, listen. Taiwo, you made a fantastic observation. Fantastic. And someone was trying to say sometimes it's not no. You must stick to the acceptance criteria. It's very key. If you think, now this is an exam question. If you think something is not right, that is why you guys need to be in the refinement meeting. everybody needs to be there so that if there are some issues that are not right concerning the acceptance criteria, you can make your comment, you can make a contribution, you can have a conversation with your PU and your BE that, hey, listen, I don't think this acceptance criteria, one of the acceptance criteria can fly with respect to how we're going to test and automate. So now, this is a good question. If what you are trying to do, is it part of what the acceptance criteria is? Because it's key. You cannot do anything out of the acceptance criteria. Because don't forget, this ticket has been committed and approved. So it cannot go back. But don't forget, we are Scrum team. Any changes we welcome. So if you look at the acceptance criteria and you see that, okay, it's an issue, you might struggle. Then don't forget, you are not the only QA. You can also meet with other QA, like we are having a conversation right now to see how we can be able to do it. Then if there's a way out, then we will introduce, or we will make sure we have a conversation with the PO to see if they can change it. The acceptance criteria. It's part of the definition of done, you know. So we can't just go doing things and changing things on the fly, because those acceptance criteria are key. It has been approved with respect to this user story. Do you understand? So if anyone has this user story that they are working on and they're able to do it right, then you can have a conversation. That's why I see that you guys sometimes are working in silos, which is not supposed to be. Do you understand? So this is something that, okay, listen, I'm struggling with how to construct this particular feature of your test case. Let me use test case right now. The steps. Do you understand? So how would I be able to make sure I'm able to get that action properly constructed with respect to that brain, so that you can be able to make things fly? Do you understand? Nathan, you have a hand, Nathan.
This has been an issue right from sprint one, and that we've been raising it as that the way they have constructed their stories are not correct.
Because Nathan, you are not there.
It's the last one that we joined.
Interview question.
They were trying to get through all the stories as quick as possible. When we're trying to sort of like kick back, they're just saying we should just let it go, as in we should let the stories go through.
No, okay. Let me give you guys a kind of advice. Is that I think I got this from
Nathan, your camera is on.
From Lady Pat in one of those about 2 years ago, to say you must speak out as a QA, else you are going to struggle when the developer has developed that particular story and they throw it into your work. You'll be struggling. So sometimes you will say, developer, you must come and explain to me how I'm able to test this, because you must have tested it you must have done your unit testing on this particular story. So you must give me some ideas on how to test it, because sometimes it might be so vague. But I want to advise you guys right now, interview question. You must be present when they are doing that refinement, or even during their backlog items grooming. Be there, else you're going to struggle. You have to be very, very alert when it comes to your QA activities with respect to your given tasks. Because if you are not able to contribute to that's why you see most times during interview, Neto, Rita, now, that you will like, I participated and contributed during user story refinement, and also contributed to the acceptance criteria, because it is all, you understand, we are all Scrum team. So whenever they are doing their own grooming, ask them that you want to come in. So if they had already finished, doing stuff, ask them, can I look at that acceptance criteria? Then you begin to make sense out of it from the QA point of view. Can I be able to test this? Would this be an issue? Because don't forget, we are not all supposed to automate everything. So then you begin to have a conversation. If that particular user story will be a story, a candidate for automation, or okay, let's see how we can be able to take this one as a manual test. But to like you during refinement meetings or screen planning meetings, and they're running their user story to you, and also running their acceptance criteria to you, and you are having an idea that this thing is going to be a difficult thing for me, you must speak out. You must speak out. By the time you accept it and it has been popped into that sprint, you are going to struggle. And at the end of the day, you will be the one that is going to hold the team, to a standstill. Reason being that you weren't vocal, you didn't even want to participate and contribute to the user stories. That, oh, you know what, this user story looks vague from the QA point of view. Can we construct it? Before you know it, you are making sense. And before you know it, they were like, oh, actually, this makes sense. You make contributions, they take the responsibility for it. Do you understand? So that is what I need you guys to always do going forward, even in your personal career going forward. Don't just chill and allow them to start popping. You must make contribution. You must contribute, or you must raise an observation that, you know what, can this user story, the way it is, acceptance criteria, the way it is not going, it might not fly, because you're going to struggle when you start writing it. So I totally welcome what Taiwo was saying, because whatever you want to do, you must look at the acceptance criteria and you do it. Because when you do stuff out of that acceptance criteria, during UAT, it's going to come up. How come you did not adhere to the acceptance criteria and you accepted it? So this is something, a conversation you can always have. And don't forget, don't go saying outside during interview that, we're going to struggle. I was trying to make them understand, it will not work. You must be able to stand and make contributions, and every contribution from different developer, be you program developer, BA or QA, will be taken into consideration. Do you understand? So yeah, thank you for those observations. So going forward, I don't know if someone has done this so that we can see how we can be able to help the meetup by reconstruct is, then we can move forward from here. Because we don't want to do anything outside of the acceptance criteria, which is key. That's the guide. Nathan, have you done this?
No, we're in different groups.
Okay, different group. Who is in the meetup group? Simon, are you here?
I suggest.
Huh? Temitope is in your group. Or rather, can I see the acceptance criteria? Because if you don't adhere to the acceptance criteria, that is totally not in the spirit of Agile as a team, because that's what guides it. Is this the one? Hello? Can someone speak? Hello? Can someone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Temitope not answering me. Nobody's answering me. Temitope is the one sharing, right? Hello?
Yes, it's meant to be Temitope sharing.
But it's not answering. Temitope, can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can
Now,
hear you.
let me tell you something about something that you guys should know. You see this board, this acceptance criteria. Take it from me. Your feature file has been written for you. They've written it. You just need to copy and paste this, given that I'm the user on the language website. Copy everything and paste. Because the BA are doing the heavy lifting for you. You guys don't know. Of course, you guys don't know. You should know. Now I'm telling you guys. There's no need for you to reinvent the wheel. Guys, I'm giving you the advice. Say this any day and take it to the bank that this is what Harold said. They have already constructed it for you. They are working hard for you guys, but giving way and then they've done it for you. Just copy and paste it and use it to form your stuff. There's no need to write those things. Because I actually wanted to come to hold on a minute for it. Right? So if you notice, right, the way BA construct their stories, some of the times or most time they had already written the feature file for you. So if you are that smart, probably with time you will notice that you see this automatically you will get the story. You don't need to write it again because it's the same thing you want to write. Like, given that I'm a user on the long way, whatever, when I'm on the home page and I see the logo on the header and I click on the logo, then I should be redirected to the home page from any page on the website. That's a complete story for you. Do you understand? If that you need to be smart to say, okay, because you are going to rewrite everything too from your head. It's the same thing you will rewrite. Before you will now be looking at, the other additional information, which you are not supposed to write. You are not supposed to add to it. But to me, there's no need for you to look at some other way for you to construct this thing. It's just for you to copy from giving to then and put on your own. Then you begin to look at other conditions, other criteria, or additional acceptance criteria that have, that these particular what's it called needs. So, Temitope, can you do one thing for me? Are you there? Are you listening to me? Quick
Yes,
answer me if you're here. Copy
Yes,
this, copy this giving to them. Copy this thing first. Copy it. Then come to your, we will do everything again. Come to your stories, right? Then copy, just paste it between that giving to them. This is not, I'm not saying you should do a kind of thing that you need to do. I'm not giving you a bad advice, but it's not something you need to be doing. But you just have to be smart to know that the way you are going to construct your feature file for that particular user story is the same way. So don't go copying everything and say, this was what Harold said. No, but you need to be smart when you are constructing your giving when then scenarios, okay? Steps rather, when you are constructing your steps, majority of the time, those steps have been stated in the user stories and sometimes in the acceptance criteria. So you need to be smart. Like me, I always want to buy time. Do you understand? So this one makes sense. When I'm on the home page, given I'm a user of when I'm on the home page, let's settle on that. Then don't forget, you already have from my QA knowledge, if you go to that your Azure board, right? Go to that your Azure board. Don't forget this. Most times, don't look at that website. Look at your process map and what was it called again? Nathan, remind me of this. What was it called again? Your process map and your what again? What are the diagrams there? Hello?
Framework.
Not the framework, the diagram, the process map and that goes along with the acceptance criteria and the user stories, the wireframe.
What did I say? Framework.
Framework. Now, guys, I need you to know this. If you are giving these stories, right, let the wireframe guide you first. Yes, let this wireframe guide you. Don't forget, if you are looking at the website, you might miss it. Look at the wireframe to write your test, to write your steps. Always, number one. Except in this particular user story, a wireframe is not given, a process map is not given, then a website is given. But make sure you have an idea, you are conversant about writing your test steps, your test cases from your wireframe like this. Because let's assume that the website has not been created and you have a wireframe like this. How do you create your tests? And you look at your acceptance criteria, you look here, then you begin to have an idea that that is the position of the logo. Do you understand? Where is the logo? What side is it positioned? On the left-hand side or the right-hand side or in the middle? Those are some of the questions you need to ask during sprint planning and all those things. Do you understand? You must ask, can I look at the process map? You begin to look at the process map as a QA. It's going to be a little bit challenging for me to test if the logo is on this particular position or on that particular position. You must make a contribution. But always look at this process, how do you call it, wireframe, to begin to create your test cases. Because if you look at the website, it might give you a wrong impression. That's because of maybe my knowledge at this moment with respect to what I know. Because the developer might go a little bit out of the way, he might not know. So you can be able to raise it to say, hey, listen, what is on the website is not what is on the process map, because the developer and you need to adhere to what you guys have on the process map. Did you guys get that? Just an extra layer of information I'm giving to you guys. So that's why I said, look at the one. So the description, if you look at, if you scroll up a little bit for us to see the acceptance criteria where it is. Okay, now you look at the additional information. The logo should be at the top left of the header. Fine. You see there, it's stated there. Look at the process map. Let me tell you, let me begin to show you guys. Probably some of you guys don't look at the process map. That's what guys see before you go to the website. You must first look at the process map. Now, the process map said it must be on the top left. Now, let's assume that, let's see that the logo is on the top left-hand side, which is there, is there now, right? Then you now go back to the acceptance criteria again. The logo should be visible on every page on the website. Now, that is one thing that they said it should be visible. It has already given you an idea. So now it should be clickable. So what test are you going to write on this? So you are going to start saying, you go back to, what's it called? You now scroll down and exhaust if there's any additional information. Okay, there's no additional information, right? Then what are we going to do now? Then we'll go back to your acceptance criteria. Sorry, your Visual Studio. Sorry, we're not constructing it. Then you now say, and come down on line 14, because we are going to test everything that is there as additional information. What did you say? The logo should be what? Visible. Look at and look at it now. Look at it. Go back to your website here. Okay. And what? The logo should be at the top left. Copy it. Copy there. Copy there. Copy it. Copy that one. Yes, copy it. Oh yeah, take it there. And the logo should be at the top left of the. Because you are going to test everything. If it is actually on the top left, then go back. The logo should be visible on every page. Okay, copy it. And go back. Okay, go back. Okay. Automatically, you have finished writing everything. You have fulfilled all the requirements there and the acceptance criteria you've done. So these things you are going to test, because I should be redirected to the home page from any page on the web. You validate that, assert that, then we'll begin to assert from that then. So this is what we need to do, okay? So because if you don't write, you must look at all the user story, the acceptance criteria to that user stories, and be able to create steps to validate each and every acceptance criteria that has been written there. So this is the way for you to construct it. So you must, because sometimes they might not write it for you that way. That's why I said, to an extent, the BA, they are very, very generous with what they are doing. So now it's for us to create the what's it called? The step definition. So to me, what we need to do now is if you could just delete this step definition, let's create another one from here. Did it bind? Build. Save and build. Has anyone written his okay, it has super good. Okay, now, so let's generate our step definition. So just okay. Wait now. Hey, this man. What are you doing? This guy. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Okay. Generate it now. Okay, just hold on. Go to this class name, right? It's too long, according to me. Just say step def. Or you can even say steps. Remove the def, it doesn't matter. Okay. Great. Okay. Now, so what I need you to, Tim Tokpa, are you there? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes,
Okay.
you can.
Temi Tokpa, you're not answering me quickly.
I
So
don't
Temi
know.
Tokpa, I need you to do
I don't know
something. I need you to do something, right? You must have watched the video because I don't want to be like, I'm just feeding everybody. I need everybody to be answered and get your hands dirty. So what will happen here is you need to delete everything in between that curly bracket, okay? And that was okay.
And I've actually messaged you. There's been no response.
Oh.
Just to let you know.
That what? Simon.
I think she's on the call.
I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was thinking you're talking to me. Sorry. Okay. Now, I'm not going to do everything for you. So, maybe you are just like, wow, man, it's going good. No, I need to get your things done too. So, you see the way I did this. If you are in this team, I need to do this house cleaning. Okay. We need to do this house cleaning, right? If it is going to be okay with you guys like that, we need to do this house cleaning like this. Get this thing done like this. Always look at your process map when you want to create your feature file. You want to create your steps for that user stories. Majority of the time, let your process map guides you. So that when we go into that URL, yeah, I want to always use the right terminology for you guys. When we go into that, this Longreach way is our AUT, application under test. Don't forget application under test because we are testing it. So we need to use the terminology, the application under test. So this the way we were taught, or the way some industry normally follows it. We don't write or construct our bilocators inside our step definition. We call it our test class. This is the test class, even though it is what was it called? Step definition, or we call it the test class, which this is where we're generally going to start, writing, how we, putting our data to validate our username, our password, the buttons, and everything. We don't declare our bilocators here. We don't declare our drivers here. It is noisy, it is loud, it is always saying this is the experts in the automation community. Do you understand? We will go and declare our driver, our bilocators, how we locate our elements in our page. That's why we have an idea. I'm gonna come to that in the next one, so that I will give you a comprehensive presentation on page object model, okay? So that's why do we create page object model? We used to do this before here, where we will have our driver.find element and all those, start creating our locators within this test class. No, we have to move this to our page class. That's why we have our pages, so that we can be able to maintain our bilocators there, our page actions, which generally describe the behavior of our system. I'll expatiate on that with time. So we will create our page class, so that we'll begin to look at how we can be able to locate our elements and also put our elements there. So what we are going to do today is also, because without that, we cannot actually have an idea of what we're talking about with respect to locators, okay? So, Temitope, if you are with me, we can create our, have you created your page object? Your page object?
Yeah, the page object has been created.
Okay. What was that one? Okay, click that one, let me see. Where is your base test? Have you created your base test?
Base test, yeah, base test, yes.
Okay, this is your base test. Let me run through your base test. I gave you guys a code. I don't know who I gave that code that day. Okay, let me give you that code. Now, we need to configure our driver with respect to the browser driver we want to use. We normally always want to use the latest driver with respect to whichever browser we are using. If it is Chrome is always coming up with latest version. So what that basically means, if for example we are using Chrome version that is 7.4.5 and the version changes to 7.4.6 the next time, we need to manually, update that, which is laborious, right? We have to go into the NuGet package. We need to, start clicking the latest one, and so that our test will not fail or the test will not be flaky. Most times the test will not run, will not execute because you are using old version of that particular browser. So to overcome this, Selenium has actually, come up with, a line of codes where you can use, which is Selenium WebDriver. So I don't know who, the last time who shared with me, I don't know who shared the screen and I asked that person to download Selenium WebDriver. Was it you, Temitope?
Yes.
Was it you? Was it you?
Yes, I downloaded this WebDriver. Yes, it was me.
Did you put the line of code I asked you to put? I can't see the line of. Where did you put the line of code? Because I shared the line of code online that very day. Did you?
The line of code I forgot to save because it went with the meeting.
Okay, but come on now, I told you instantly that you should put it there. But let me see if I can grab it for you. Okay.
Thank you.
You guys need to have that so that we will proceed. Because we need to, the reason why I'm doing this for us to be able to be well settled so that we can begin to locate our element with ease. So let's get some housekeeping done. Do you guys hear me? So that we can be able to, pay this thing down, okay? Yeah. I'm still going to place it here. Please, if anyone can pick it up, that would be fine, to add to the code. It's here. I don't know. It's in our chat, but let me paste it here too. Then I will explain. If you put it, I will explain to us what that one means. Temitope, did you say it?
Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've copied it.
Okay. Put your cursor on line 14 and enter. Line 14, enter, then paste it. So you are pasting it on line 15. Okay. Now, you see, just over your console on driver manager, the using should be coming up so that I thought you were the one that actually added it that very day. Can you delete one of these Chrome drivers? You can delete number 16 or 17. Hover on that particular one. I don't know how you're going to do it. It should show. Click behind new to see if anything will click behind new. Or do you have WebDriver Manager installed, your NuGet package?
Yes.
Have you downloaded that? Can we confirm that? Go to your Manage NuGet packages. Oh, man. Installed. Just look for, search for WebDriver Manager if you've actually downloaded it.
It's not there. Oh, no.
Everything together. This is it. Install that WebDriver Manager.
Well, it's been installed.
Look, but it's not saying installed. Look at it here.
No,
Okay, it's been installed. How come it's not showing? It's not binding. Go back again, let's see, to your codes.
I just installed it.
You just installed it now?
Yeah, but I don't know. The other day I installed it, but now I can't find it on the Visual Studio, so I have to reinstall it again.
Is anyone following what we are doing now?
Yes, please.
Who is following? Bukola?
Yes, we are following.
Okay, Bukola, can you show me your code? If you have this code put on your stuff. Anyone can show me now.
Do you want me to stop sharing?
I'm not trying it now. I'm only listening. Yeah.
So nobody is able to pick this code to join. I was thinking somebody would have opened your Visual Studio is open, just in case you need any help from me or Rita, we can be able to jump into it. So nobody has Visual Studio open. Simon, do you have your Visual Studio opened? Hello.
Sorry, no, not at the moment because my computer's been playing up today.
Okay. Is anybody Visual Studio opened?
Mine is open, but it's on a different project, not on this one.
Okay, but are you using this particular framework?
It's the same framework, yes, but not for this project.
Different test cases that want to automate it. So that's the reason why many of us, we are just looking at it so that we use it and implement it on our own user.
The reason why I'm saying it, just in case you guys have an issue, you can just push it and everything. But I don't know why this, you have it installed. I don't know why it's not coming up. Wait.
So
I don't know if I can take over your okay, no. I don't know if what are you doing?
No, I'm just trying to I was just trying to see if there's a space between the setup and this thing. So apparently there's not.
Try it again. I don't know. You're supposed to show that using. Try it again. Just over around that. Or so wait. New driver manager dot setup. New config. So wait. Okay. Let's just go further. Let me look at your. I will try and say the way to sort it out. Let's move forward. Let's see your page object, what you've done. I'll come to that in a minute. Base text. Okay. Now, let's do a little bit of something here. You started your page object private by trying to say page public driver. Okay, let's see what we can do. I'm actually keen about showing you guys how to locate elements, okay?
Internal to public class, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Should I change this to public class? Maybe if it has any effect on the new
change it to public class. Because that is your class, okay? Now you have declared you have made your WebDriver to be global variable. Now you see this public WebDriver driver, when you put it just immediately after your class, right? We are making it global or public in order for the different method we're going to create to use it. That's the reason why we put it there. If we copy it now, you copy it and cut it and put it on in front of on top of driver base test driver, right? That particular method will be the only code that will be privileged to use that IO WebDriver. So by the time we begin to create other methods, they won't be able to use that WebDriver because we did not declare it to be global on that class. We are declaring it on that method. Don't forget, when we have a solution is a collection of projects. Project is a collection of namespace. Namespace is a collection of class. Class is a collection of method. Let this be in your head. But class is a collection of variables and method. So we can declare variables within class. You know, we can also declare variable within method, but method is inside the class. Class is inside the namespace. Namespace is inside the project. Project is inside the solution. We can have more than one project within a solution. We can have more than one namespaces within that project. We can have more than one classes within a namespace. So have this an idea, you know, the hierarchy, the way it builds. Okay. So we're gonna say we're gonna declare okay, private by can you understand what we are trying to do with that private by expert?
We're trying to locate our elements.
What element are you going to locate? So let's go to Longreach now. Let's go to Longreach. Now, they said, look at how to get all these elements now. Now, we're going to start locating the element for the logo page, right? So you say, given that I navigate to this place, right? Okay. When I'm on the page, now when you go, if you want to kind of validate or assert, how would you know that you're on the page? So go to that particular website now, and you must be able to have an understanding of what to assert here to actually give you the validation that you're already in this page. So what can we be able to locate here to validate that we are actually on this page, right? We can validate even with the what's it called? We can like click anywhere here and validate that, given that we are on this page. When we go back to that your steps, let's say again, when I'm on the page and I see the logo on the head page. So when I'm on the page, given I'm a user on the Longreach, we're already there. So we can say trying to make sense out of this one now. Go to I know what Nate is talking about now. To look as if it's difficult for you to do. I'm trying to see the way you guys will understand it, not from my own perspective, but to see if can be able to automate anything on that page, you know. Okay, let's say given I'm a user of the that we cannot automate that. When I'm on the home page, let's go to the page. Let's see what we can verify to show that we are on the home page. We can right-click the home, or we can right-click this place, the home, right-click it, or we can equally right-click that we are saying the Longreach. So we must make sense out of it to actually show us that we are here. in the page. So let's right-click the long reach logo. Let's right-click the long reach logo, No, the long reach logo, the logo. We can right-click it. Inspect it first, let's see. Now, when you go to that top, your right-hand side, this place, just click it once, that place you will first meet, that place. Always remember to use that, guys. No, that tiny, where the arrow is pointing diagonally. Yes, just put your, you see what it's telling you, select an element in the page to inspect. That place gives you the ability for you to select an element. So when you click it once, it will highlight blue. If you click that place once, lightly, click it lightly, where your mouth hang, it has highlighted blue. I don't know if it is. Then you you hover your mouse around that page to see whatever you want to, you see, then you can be able to highlight, you can be able to inspect any element you want. So whatever element you want, you place your cursor there, or you can place your cursor on that longish logo. Then you just click that longish logo lightly. Click it lightly, you see, and here it will now highlight here on that code. They will now know how to inspect any of the element there. So if you take your cursor lightly out of that place and push it down towards this your right-hand side, then we'll begin to look at what we can inspect here that will make sense. Can you say it? So we've already discussed that we have 8 ways with which to locate our elements, right? And sometimes, just as I spoke the last time, that some of those ways for us to automate might not be present. What do we do at that time? Then this is out of scope. We will create our own expert to locate it, okay, which is completely out of scope here. So what we will do now is for us to go to that logo again and expect it to the selectors hub. Hello. Where are you clicking? Did you click that long reach logo? Jimmy, you have your hands up.
Yes, in this feature, it's already written that it's going to click logo. My question now is, if you click logo, it doesn't mean it's going to be duplicate, or it doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't matter, because you are trying to verify anywhere in that page that you are already on that landing page. So whether you use the logo, it doesn't matter. If you use the logo, it's even helpful, because you are not going to start having issues with creating another. Does it make sense? Don't think in too much. Don't think too much now. With time, you will know. Do you understand that you can manage this if you really know what you're doing? That okay, the long reach logo is there on the front page. Does anybody agree with me that we have the long reach logo on the page? Jimmy, do you agree with me?
Yeah, I'm just,
wait. Wait. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any criteria to say don't use this logo to validate that you are on the page, on the landing page? No. So
No.
it helps you too, because you want to bring your code clean. You want to write as much good code as you can. So you can use that to validate that you're already on the page. You can use the veggie bag to validate. You can use the join the organic movement, and if you want to use that one as validation that you're already on the web page, you can as well use this. But I'm just trying to let you guys know that you can use any part of that home page to verify that you are there. Nothing should restrict you. It doesn't matter that, okay, you are going to have a step to validate that that logo is visible, which is good. Do you understand? But it will not have anything to do with it. You can as well use different aspects of these elements on the landing page to verify that you're already on the landing page. For example, if you click the join the organic movement, you can go and click that place. Don't forget, always go to click that place diagonally where you can inspect for it to blue. Yeah, then you can go. You see, it has highlighted that place. You can click it just once, slightly, so that it takes you to that particular line of code there. You notice there, that organic movement. So another way to verify that you're already on the landing page is to use that too. So if we click on that, join the organic movement and want to use selectors hub, if you could do it, and when you copy the relative expert, for example, then always make sure you have it, what's it called, a Word document opened, so that you can paste it and look at it. Do you understand? Okay, you see it. That's very similar to how you can be able to create your own expert for a particular element that is dynamic, that does not have the ID, the name, the expert, the CSS selector. That's another way, you can equally create your own personal expert for it. There's a way, the steps to follow, but it's similar to how you can also copy this. So now let's go and write this this code. You with me? So now, are you here? Hello.
Can you hear me? Yes, yes.
We are with you. We are with you.
Okay.
Do you want me to paste the code?
Just a minute. I'm just trying to see what we can be able to do to trying to look at your user stories, the what's it called? The features. So private by trying to see I'm trying to see if I can share my code with you guys because I'm trying to see what you're trying to do here. Because it's supposed to be something different, okay? Um, um, you know what, you guys? Just give me 1 second. Let me draw my document out. Stop the recording so that I will give some codes out.
I understand it as I understand it. Maybe you should stop the record. So that, I understood it as
stop recording. Any locator, right? By any dot if it is expert or CSS selector, right? If you look at the code that I have dropped there, just to give us an understanding that, because we are using the web element, it's going to be, we're going to call the particular element we want to inspect. For example, when you say private by equals to, so for example, now we can afford to say, if we copy that underneath, if we copy what I've sent, for example, underneath that private, what you have there, right?
I do what?
Yeah, if you copy it there, I don't know, my system is shaking now.
Do you want me to paste it under the?
Yeah, paste it there. Well, let's see what we can make sense of it. Now, if you notice, what do we want to do by if you go to your step definitions, for example, if you go to your step definition, for example, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hello?
Yes. Can hear you.
But Temitope is not responding.
Your volume is low. I couldn't hear you, but now I can hear you. Okay.
Can you hear me now? I said if you go to your step definition. Okay, if you notice when I'm on the home page, when I'm on the home page, right? When I'm on the home page. Now, we want to validate that home page, isn't it?
What did
like
you
me,
say?
like can anybody, we want to validate that home page, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
Okay, now, as I said, let's look for what can make us to validate that home page. We can say, for example, we pick that home page. Then when you, for example, click that home page, you copy that home page. If you can go up the home page, when that home page, if you can just copy it, because we are validating the home page. Yes, that one, for example, yes. If you just double click it, if you just click,
Click or copy.
copy.
It's been copied.
Okay. Now, if you go to that web, what's it called? Your page object, right? For example, so that you begin to see that put it after the I web element. Okay. Then if you go to if you remember, we copied that expert of that place. Okay, you can put it there inside the bracket like that, right? Now, speaking of which, we are talking about locators, how to locate element. This is how to locate element, okay? By right-clicking, just as I said, either let's go to the, what's it called now? The website. when they say, when you have a requirement, a user story and acceptance criteria that, okay, when you look at your acceptance criteria, you look at your wireframe, then you go to the website, right? Just as we did now, go to the website, then we'll look at it. We can automate anything here. We can grab all elements here. Anything you are seeing here is the web element, right? So you can click any part here. If you close that, the developer tool, if you close it, anything here we can use to validate that we are on the home page. We can use the link text. We can use whatever we are using, okay? Just a moment.